Done by the very talented Dave McCreary. I was super bald. I was the youngest candidate running. I was 30 years old, and my hairline was back here. And the older candidates all looked much younger than me. And about 50 people made a comment on Facebook. And then the next time, look, I have hair. It's amazing. So I don't need to go to Just for Men or the Hair Club or anything like that. I just need Facebook. The name of my presentation, Community Building and Social Media. Start something. How you too can end up in a hairnet with Brutus the Barber Beefcake in only 2,978 tweets. That is, on the far end, is Nick Nitro Wyman, who's a local wrestling promoter who does a lot of work for charity. We're talking about the community. There's a community there as well. Brutus the Barber Beefcake and Nick said, you know what, we'd like to help you out with the campaign. I can't believe I'm saying that, it's kind of surreal. So what we did was we went to St. Andrews. I'm a social worker, and I've been able to visit St. Andrews for their soup kitchen, for their meal program, emergency meal program. And we visited, and we cut up food, and we served. And it was actually Brutus's birthday. And everyone in that place was so amazing. They even sang him happy birthday, which was really cool. But we made food. And we had to have a hairnet on and those gloves. So that was fun. So, social media. I like to call it courting. That is my girlfriend, Becca. Say hi, Becca. At Becca Pitts. She's a fox, eh? Did somebody just say that? Yeah. Kite string, careful. Yeah, be very careful. Sorry, kite string. But social media courting. I say this because when Becca and I started seeing each other, we didn't really start till I moved back home, but I was in Thunder Bay doing some social work stuff. She was in Guelph. Woo, Thunder Bay. Really? Wow. I can now never run in Thunder Bay. She was doing some social media stuff, and so was I. We were on Facebook. And we met each other through friends and family. We've known each other actually quite a long time. But we had a courtship on Facebook. Like 1,287 Facebook messages back and forth. It was insane. A lot of studying and a lot of, instead of studying, talking. The cool thing is, and you see, I mean, you know, she's been with me through beards and non-beards, through elections and through posed photos by Ida Adamowicz at the park in Paris. But the point is that you might meet a person in real life, but you can get to know them on Twitter. I have lots of folks here like that. Steph, where's Steph? Steph Page? Boom. Lucas Duguid? Joseph Stevens? Yeah. Well, Josh already knew, actually. Dave Carroll, though, I got to know a lot better. Trevor, Brian, all these people I got to know better. Kevin, yeah, I guess Kevin. Kevin, I got to know. And even Captain Kindness. It's weird because Captain Kindness and Dave Carroll are never in the same place twice. It's like Superman meets Pokeroo. It's insane. It's insane. It's amazing. But the point is that when you're courting, right, and it's working, we might make our own little community in a few years, but when you're courting, that wasn't, okay, maybe, or maybe not, we might break up right after this presentation. But when you're courting, it doesn't matter if you're courting for romance, or if you're courting for business, or for votes, or for community development. It's the same idea. You have to be genuine. So do be genuine. Pour your heart out. Pour your heart out. If I was fake, I would have to, 2-3 years later, I'd still have to be fake with Beck. I would still have to be fake with Lucas, and I am fake with Kevin, actually, especially after he screwed me over with the slides there. But you have to be genuine. Pour your heart out. A friend of mine, Stan Gorecki, posted this on Facebook. I love this idea of just letting it all out, let it all out. But you have to be genuine. And don't be one note, because it's friggin' boring. Now, this picture of me, stripped down and shaved down and painted green as the Hulk, a site of another party put it up and said, see, look how immature this guy is. This was a McMaster Halloween fundraiser for the drama department. I proudly have that as my profile photo most Halloween, right? It's okay to have different emotions. It's also okay to be serious. There I am at a nomination meeting, a packed house. Part of the reason all those folks came was because they had got to know me in real life and on social media. And, you know, I think Dave is actually a really good example of somebody who isn't afraid to be goofy, really goofy, and isn't afraid to be serious, really serious. And I really like that. So don't be one note because it's boring. If I was just a politician or just a social worker or just a guy who has one-liners, I would kind of suck. And I just like laughed into the nose of this thing. That was kind of gross. So what do you do with that real relationship? Something that's real, because you can develop real relationships on social media. You can organize. One of the things I was happy to be a part of was a rally to end homophobia in town. Today, for the first time ever, Brantford raised the pride flag. I would say over 200 people showed up. And you know what? A lot of it was organized from this rally that folks did. And I just attended. I was happy to attend. But it was amazing what they were able to do. This is talking in Toronto for the UBB usage-based billing controversy. Man, you want to get people talking politics on Facebook and Twitter, talk about usage-based billing and net neutrality. You know, the No Pirogue rally. It's funny because people thought, oh, kids are on social media. No, there were just as many people involved with that movement on social media that were of various ages. It was actually a pretty equal spread. So do something with those real relationships. Have those talks. Fill a room. Here we have tons of things that we did, because the whole idea of our campaign wasn't to campaign. It wasn't even really to win. It was to win people over by almost kind of like Dave talks about, you know, good and kindness. But it was to make a campaign be something where you could develop community. It was to make a campaign be something where you could fill a room, get people talking. 60% of my volunteers in that middle slide there, 60% of them came from Facebook and Twitter. Over 200 people volunteered, 60% of them social media. We did dodgeball tournaments, youth leadership conferences, candlelight vigils against the HST. We did the meetings with youth. We started a young NDP. We did video documentary screenings at schools like BCI talking about poverty. It wasn't a regular campaign, and I'm really proud of that, and so are a lot of my team. You gotta do cool things, because cool is just another word of saying worthwhile. So what's worthwhile? Well, my friend Lucas Dogood did a lot of things to green Linden Park Mall. I used AudioBoo to promote that. Shining the light to fight the HST, I think that was worthwhile. Craig Cardiff, I'm a national director of an organization called Canada Without Poverty. I sit on a board of people with lived experience of poverty, myself included. Craig Cardiff is a guy who we met back in university, and because of social media, he said, you know what, I really like what you're doing with this. Let me come to Toronto, and we're going to do a busking festival, street festival for street people. And we're going to raise awareness. Shannon's Dream Day of Action. You know what? The kids in Attawapiskat who didn't have a school, they used YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook to advocate. Became the biggest movement of youth in Canadian history, and now they're getting their school. It's amazing. I had tears in my eyes when I told the young NDP kids who helped with that, who did the portion here, because we did tons of events to raise awareness. They had tears in their eyes. It's incredible. You know, the It Gets Better campaign, all this stuff. I'm almost done here, but what's next? I remember talking to Adam King about this. Nature finds a way. We find ways to not be social, because there was a period of time about 10 years ago where you could do everything in a day and not meet anyone, right? You don't even need to meet anybody when you get your gas. Well, now we're actually using technology to bring us together instead of pulling us apart. As a social worker, we use it for things like helping people with isolation, social skills, finding a voice, sharing their personal narrative. Cancer survivors do this all the time using Facebook and blogs. It's incredible. Now we're becoming digital citizens. Marion Brose, 74 years old, is one of our best Facebookers in our political party. 74 years old. She treats it like the, what are those called? The community boards at shopping malls. Yeah, she treats it like that. It's amazing. And she gets it. And she's so positive, and she's so open, and she's so willing. So now people are demanding digital participation. So what do? Well, what's next, I think, locally, is our schools are going to stop cursive writing. We're going to start typing, right? We need to look at our young people and what they're doing with social media. Kids are online, and they're becoming consumers. That's great, but let's help them become digital citizens as well. My challenge and my offer to the organizers of Tweetstock is simply this. I want to help you start Tweetstock for kids. Let's street-proof our kids online. Let's teach them skills so that they can develop their own movements, so that they can use their voice and push it even further than they already have. And I think all the people in this room, if they commit to something like that in different ways, we are going to help kids develop their digital voice, their digital citizenship. That's really what it's all about. And I think I'm over time, but thank you so much.